He's not the best at titles. He's not the best at NBA.
It's gonna be live things where we're doing live reactions to music. Yes, sir. Cats coming in with that big noise. How we feeling, my G?
Man, listen, let me tell you something right now, bro. I haven't been more excited for a podcast in a long time. Somebody hit me, they was like, yo, I watched the last pod, you look tired. I was like, yeah, I was tired, but I'm feeling it tonight, man. We gonna get it in, man. Let's do it, man. I'm ready.
Man. Okay. Cat's feeling good, man. Well, hey, you know what time it is, man. It's your boy Word. Welcome to the Word of Klarity podcast with my boy Kenny G in the building. Feels good to be back, man. Cats be a little bit tired because Cats don't be knowing what time we be recording and stuff, but
Facts. Facts.
As the show go on, dog, it seems to be rallying up because by the end of that last episode, Cats was going crazy over John Lynch.
Yeah, facts. Shout out to John Lynch.
Hey, dog, I don't know if we ever went more ballistic over anybody else than we went over John Lynch, dog. That was almost crazy, dog. Like,
John Lynch is worth our respect, dog. Shout out to John Lynch. They'll put it up on Big Dog name. Shout out to John Lynch.
That joint was crazy, dog. No kizzy, man. But yeah, man, it's episode 20, dog. Feel good to be in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got one of the Brodies, a familiar face that's been a part of the show. You know what I'm saying? Y'all say what's popping to your boy Kyle Torrey in the building.
Yeah, what's good?
You know what I'm saying? How we feeling, dog? How we feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. About time y'all had me back, man. I understand y'all be trying to keep me off, man. I understand, because I be having to put y'all in y'all place, man. Y'all be going on.
Oh, please. He's starting early.
You know what I mean? It's supposed to be Word of Clarity, so let me actually bring some clarity to the conversation. You know what I mean?
Cats can't wait. I think Cats live to get on here to talk crazy, dog.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. It's episode 20 though, dog. We've been off for probably about 2-3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But we back. It's been some big time things that happened. Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? That was about 3 weeks ago. Shout out to the Chiefs. You know, I ended up being wrong. I had my 49ers coming away with the dub, but Pat Mahomes came away with it.
I can't let him slide. We got a whole Instagram reel and YouTube short of this man talk about, I'm thinking they can get it done. The 49ers. I said, against who? He gonna talk about against Pat Mahomes. I said, Kyle, I had to hit him with the word of God, bro. I said, look, Jesus told the men, they know not what they do. Forgive them. Forgive them. I had to give him the word of God, bro, because he didn't understand. I said, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh, now hold on. Now you talking crazy. Now it was a game. Now come on. For the most part, we had control of that game a lot of the time. Now come on, now.
Oh, come on, man. Listen. I'm sure when they put the Lord in the grave, they thought he was dead, bro. But then he rose in the I can't get no help.
Now hold on, now Cat's comparing the Pat Mahomes dub to God, Christ coming out of the grave. Now this is crazy. you equating them boys coming back getting the dub to that boy hopping up out the grave now. Now come on.
listen, bro.
He done resurrected over there.
Hey, I tell people like this, bro, real quick, and I'm gonna get out y'all way. I tell people like this. I say, there's only a few sure bets in this world. It's Tom Brady, it's Floyd Mayweather, it's Michael Jordan, it's LeBron James, and it's the Lord Jesus Christ, bro.
No, hold on. I'm about to get out of here. Now he's saying crazy. Now why did you throw LeBron? Now why did you throw LeBron in that, dog? Now come on, LeBron is a great athlete. A sure bet. Now come on. Now I'm about to get out of here. Now,
hey, look. You know me and Kyle, and I'm gonna let him get in on this. But you know me and Kyle have had our differences. But I'm gonna tell you like this: 10 straight finals speaks for itself.
Right, and if you got money on them finals, how many L's you taking in? 6, right? Now come on now. That's the bet.
definitely taking 6 losses, but you also got to look at who he was playing, and you got to look at everybody else.
But we not the argument or the narrative he was trying to paint or the most for sure bets. Now, if we taking that record,
the bet is that he's going to be there.
No, you put a bet. You put the bet on the finals. You picking who to win. That's a bet. That's a straight up bet.
Well, hey, LeBron's a sure bet to get there.
All right, you want to say he's a great second winner bet. We can say that. If we handing out trophies for silver medals and stuff, oh, you definitely got one with him now. He gonna get you out of there.
That's crazy.
All right, man. Nah, dog. Outside of that, man, what we think about this halftime show, man? Was it a top 5 performance by Usher? What we think? What we think?
Oh, I'm a give Usher number 3. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna give him top 5, but I'm gonna give him number 3. I number 1 for me was Prince, and I mean, I just feel like this must be the religious show tonight, but because I feel like God showed up, because literally the man, the dude went out to play Purple Rain,
right?
A sheet came out of the floor, dog, and they had that like spotlight on him where it was like a silhouette, and he playing it. And when the sheet came down, it started raining. So they had the purple light come out, and he's playing her just falling down, and he's just playing.
Somebody said they had a helicopter up there dropping rain, man.
Nah, that bug was real rain. That boy was out there playing Purple Rain in the Rain. He murdered that. Then I got Bruno number 2. Bruno murdered the Super Bowl. Everybody still talk about that. Like, people who weren't even Bruno fans became Bruno fans that day. Then I got Usher, man. I got Usher. I even got Usher above Mike, which I know is crazy. I saw Mike's show before that he did at Super Bowl, and that wasn't his best show.
So what you talking about? He did a. So you seen Michael's show like on tour or festival, and he just did the same thing? You said,
yeah. Like he has he pretty much does that show on a tour. A lot of the same elements. Like I saw him do that show like when he used to do overseas or whatever. So you could see that show before, and I felt like what Usher did. I actually seen the Usher show as well, but I feel like Usher tried to give you moments. Like Usher went through almost his entire catalog in a matter of like 7-8 minutes, like all his hits. And he just proved that this dude got hits. He didn't even do them all.
Yeah, he didn't even do Lovers and Friends, did he?
Yeah, no, he didn't do Lovers and Friends.
Yeah, I don't know how he didn't do that. That was crazy.
He didn't do Bad Girl. He didn't do, I mean, bro, he could have went. He could have went. So I give Usher, man, with the roller skating, I think that was new for our culture, to be able to see on a stage, black culture on that kind of stage, like, yeah, murder. He murdered.
That was big. That was he probably in my top 5 because I just don't even have 5 ones that are just highly regarded in my mind. Yeah. Every time they talk about the Michael when it's crazy. Mike is an amazing performer, but the thing they always talk about is just him standing there and people going crazy. I can't give you a lot for just people just going nuts over you. What are you actually doing that is like amazing to me? You know what I mean? Like,
I can understand it because if you've never seen that before, that's crazy. It's crazy to see grown men screaming for another man like that, crying. Like I get it,
Or is it sad?
When I first saw it, dog, Michael, that he did a show over in man, I forgot where it was. It was overseas. They said the actual ticket was as much as a month's worth of wages, and I remember it was so. And opened it the same way. That's what he opened it the same way. He popped out. He stood there for literally 5 minutes, and people were crying and passing out. And I'm thinking, man, these people are passing out, and they just spent a month worth of wages, and they were crowd surfing the people over to the ambulances. Like that's how crazy it is.
Yeah, I've heard about those Michael shows and people actually falling out. I've seen the videos. I mean, it's insanity. But I definitely I like the Bruno. You talking about the one with Bruno and he brought out B, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was amazing. So I think Usher's in the top 5 for sure, dog. What you got, Kenny?
Usher's cemented in the top 5 because you want to talk about pressure. Usher has a residency for the last 2 years in Las Vegas. People have went out 3-4 times to see that dude. You think that there's nothing more to see? Kyle, I know you spent some time in Vegas. I don't know if you ever made it out, but
I went. For sure.
Oh yeah. So what I'm saying is, people are expecting. What happened?
I paid for front row tickets. No, I was there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. So people are expecting okay, we've seen this before. He's done it multiple times. So the pressure of him being in the same city as his residency and almost that show being something that people have grown accustomed to come out and do what he did in the Super Bowl and make headlines again to the point where, let me tell you the biggest flex in my opinion. He did so well, he had to add 20 more cities to the tour he already announced. That's how much more demand came from what he did for the Super Bowl. So for anybody who doesn't have Usher in that top 5 is a hater. As far as I'm concerned, because he showed up big time, and I didn't want for anything. He brought out guests. He gave us multiple costume changes, and let me say this: even bigger than that, Usher's mic was on. I don't know people. I'm gonna say that again. Usher's mic was on. It was on.
He was out there dancing.
He was singing and dancing live.
Yeah.
No main vocal playing over the speakers, making him sound better than what he should. He was singing, getting it in live. Yo, when somebody does that, you gave my ultimate respect, bro. He not relying on the background vocals or the strongs to hold him up for the music lovers who know what I'm talking about. He did that mug and solidified himself. I can sing, I can dance, I can skate, and I can do it all live. Breath control, cardio, everything is there. Usher showed out. He's definitely top 5 in my opinion.
You know the level of courage it takes to get on national TV, man, with millions, and it's different than you doing it at a show, right? But to do that live on TV, roller skating,
fine,
and dancing and doing a routine, at the chances of you can fall, and I'm talking about you'll be on front page of every news story from here to Taiwan. Like, yeah, bro, like. He murdered.
Yeah, that's how.
Not to sully the moment, man, but as much as you guys are praising him right now for the things you're saying, I felt the way about the comments he had to say on Breakfast Club as to why Chris Brown wasn't on the stage with him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I knew he was gonna
I don't think he was in his most honest moment on that Breakfast Club when Charlamagne asked him them questions, because he definitely he was caught off guard. I think it was maybe early this year or a year and a half ago when they was at a function, a skating party, and supposedly it was an altercation between him and Chris. I definitely believe it was something that definitely went down, because the way he talked, anytime, if you ever seen Usher talk about Chris, he's very fond of him and like his family. But the way he talked about him in this interview, if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. It was like he wanted no parts of answering anything with Chris in a question. He said, that man, when typically he always says, that's my little brother or my brother. So I was like, yeah. And that's something I definitely already feel a way about, just because I just don't think Chris is ever going to get that moment. So when somebody get a chance like a Usher, who has actually bangers, and can make an even crazier moment, I think would have probably dominated any of those features he brought it out there, because they just two elite performers. I hate the missed opportunity, you know what I mean? But still shout out to Usher.
New Flame would have been everything. New Flame would have been
crazy.
What did I just read that Chris posted? Wasn't he supposed to be there? No, All-Star.
Nah, that was NBA All-Star weekend, yeah. We gonna get to that for sure, man. They keep doing my boy dirty. Because he was supposed to be on I think the Billboards, when he did a rehearsal and they canceled that with him and Sierra. They keep on pulling the okie doke on him almost. So it's crazy, man. Yeah, that's no joint for my guy. But speaking of music, man, it's been some big names. You got your boys. That's this dude Kenny already shaking his head. What's wrong, dog? The Vultures is in the city. Dolla and Kanye West, man, aka Ye. They dropped a long awaited. This mug that had like 5 different release dates. Probably like 3 different listening parties and listening sessions. Vultures. And yeah, man, what's y'all immediate thoughts on this mug? If you got a chance to check it out, I had a chance to check it out.
If y'all don't mind, word, can I get my camera, please? I want to first of all apologize to the entire fan base of the Word of Clarity podcast that we even have to cover such a travesty of a project because of one man named Kanye West. I remember a time where we got 5 back-to-back classics from Ye. College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, My Dark, Beautiful, Twisted Fantasy. I mean, 808 and Heartbreaks. I can name these albums off the top of my head. I can name when there was excellence in the writing, in the production, in the teams that were brought in to provide harmony and clarity. Outside of Dolla, I want to say this for America. There is no reason to play this project. If it wasn't for Dolla,
now come on now, man.
No. I gotta keep it 1,000. Listen, make sure this gets everywhere. This is one of the worst performances I've ever seen, if not the worst performance from somebody of Kanye's magnitude. This project was so bad, I've turned it off 3 or 4 times in the middle of reviewing it because I couldn't decide if I wanted to subject my ears to what Kanye was providing to this body of work. That's how bad this project was. So I just want to let people know, Dolla is worth it. If you're a fan of his, try to enjoy it. But outside of that, Kanye was an absolute travesty in every sense of the word in this project. It's garbage. It's trash. If we're doing Spanish, it's basura. Whatever you want to say, bro. Terrible, bro. Terrible. I'm done, fellas. I don't want to say no more on this project. That's how bad I believe this project was. I literally have nothing else to say.
Look, man.
Literally nothing else.
Let me play devil's advocate, because I feel like it may be 3 responses that's similar to what you already gave. But what makes this bad? You know what I'm saying? And specifically in detail, why you bagging because you may be bagging this album on a different degree I've ever seen you bagged any other album. So what actually makes this bad, particularly from Kanye's corner? You know what I'm saying?
I think the better question word is, what doesn't make his performance bad?
This is come on.
That's the better question. What doesn't make his performance?
I can answer that. Look, I can answer that.
We got more ways to talk about what potentially doesn't make it bad, if we have any, than what was like. Everything was bad. The writing was bad. The delivery on the records were bad. The timing was bad. His voice was bad. He lacked energy. It was bad. The way he decided to approach everything he did on this album was bad. Anything he did vocally was bad. The mixing, the mastering of his voice was terrible. Like, you name any aspect that Kanye brought to this record, shoot, some of the beat patterns he chose for the records were bad, and I can tell it was him because it was bad. That's how bad this project was. You tell me one aspect that Kanye had his fingers on that Dolla didn't try to save that wasn't bad, and it was bad. That's how far I'm going with Kanye West. I'm so disappointed with everything Kanye did. Bad.
Hey, Doc, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's a dude. It's a infamous reaction or critic out there that review albums. It was the first time I ever seen this. He said it was unreviewable, bro. Like he typically does like a scoring of like 1 to 10. All it said was just unreviewable on it, bro. Like, it was
bro, what did you say?
What you got, Few Dog? What you got, man?
Bro, holding out. I told you earlier, man. I'm holding out my comments until I get through the whole project. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be understanding. I'm trying as in one artist to another because I've been there. You know what I mean? I've done projects, and you want a person taking the whole piece. But from what I've heard, let me take a different approach. You know what? I ain't even gonna talk about how bad the musicality of it was. That was a little bit surprising on the little bit that I have taken in. My issue is the turn, and it happened also on this last deal. But like, what happened to Kanye? Like, what happened to him? I know he's off the meds. That's very clear. But like, what is going on in what he's choosing to talk about? Because to me, Kanye was always good at communicating about stuff that was relatable. Even no matter how big he got to me, everything, all his songs to me just felt relatable. You know what I mean? And like, I just feel like, bro, I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, I'm not getting a clear thought. I'm not getting a clear message. Like, bro,
I'm gonna tell you what it is.
his whole God thing. That mug is almost
I'm gonna
completely
tell you
out.
what, Dag. I'm trying to say this respectfully, Dag. But Dag, the demonstration that he's choosing to do with his wife is unhinging him to say and do anything on this album, bro. Like here's the thing, bro.
What is going on?
It's your wife. Like he made a clip where he was like, everybody tired of him saying like, why you posting your wife? Da 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 da. Look, post your wife as much as you want to, but it's like she's being used in such a way that it's just it's bothersome to the public. You know
it's weird.
It's just I don't even know how to put it in words at what I'm witnessing. It looks like the girl was almost slave-like to him. You know what I mean? Like you know, and if that's what they relationship is, the dynamic is what that is. That's what that is. You know, I'm not trying to tell them how to do it, but I think that's bled over into the music though. Because in one particular person they've been having around is India Love, and she a very attractive girl that's been very close to him and his wife doing this whole thing. So I mean, it just sounded like he almost running around doing anything with everything. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Hey, guess what?
You know what I'm saying? Like it just and it bled, bro, because the subject matter on this, and that was one of the things I was taking it back. Coming off of like Donda wasn't like the Christian or religious album that he made, but the substance wasn't as ridiculous as it seems right now.
Yeah, bro. Like to me, the religious aspect, bro, of like I can understand somebody being excited about God or religion or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so they do a full like Jesus album. Okay, I understand. I first become a Christian, you excited. Then I can understand a Donda where you're like, okay, I've settled down a little bit. You know what I mean? I just want to talk about life and all the things. Yeah. But I don't care you Muslim, Christian, whatever. You can't be putting out the content and talking about the stuff and the messaging that you're saying and think that that's okay with whatever religion you're.
All right, I've had enough.
Here we go. Go ahead, call his bluff. What we doing? Here we go. What we got?
First of all, I'm disappointed. God help me. I'm sorry. I'm disappointed in both of you niggas, man. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta put it out there. If this were anybody else, dog, if we were talking about anybody else, we'd be flaming them, dog. We'd be giving them the blues. I'm hearing love and adoration and grace, and I'm hearing, well, you know, everybody has a bad moment. Bro, what is going on, bro? This man has lost his damn mind. He's online posting his wife naked and all this other junk. He's talking crazy in the album. The content sucks. The album is trash. He sounds ridiculous. Bro, I don't know what y'all boys are doing, but stop this. If y'all can't be honest, we can't have a pod. It's trash.
Bro, look, we can't. Bro, if all three of us.
This is trash.
If all three of bro. All three of us will be on here thrashing that nigga if we ain't tried to. If we didn't try to use our brains to see what kind of angles we can make this a good conversation about, bro.
You went so hard on them, dog. Like I had to go a whole different angle. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Bro, Kyle out here offering a life raft to Kanye. He offered his number for prayer. Like, bro, get out of here, bro. We don't need this.
Hey, but
Let me just say this. Let me just say this, because honestly, quiet as is kept. Quiet as is kept. People don't know this about me, and I'll be willing to share it with the podcast. I'm actually a Kanye West, I used to be a Kanye West stan, right? Just from a content perspective, something has dramatically happened. I always tell people this. This is one of my favorite verses in hip hop history. Kanye goes from what he's talking about now, bro. But I remember a time when Kanye said, before anybody wanted K West beats, me and my girl split a bucket at KFC. And I was having nervous breakdowns like, man, these dudes that much better than me. Baby, I'm going on an airplane and I don't know if I'll be back again. Sure enough, I sent the plane ticket, but when she came to kick it, things became different. Every girl I cheated on, sheets I cheated on, I couldn't keep it at home, thought I needed a knee alone. I'm trying to right my wrongs, but it's funny these same wrongs help me write this song. Where is that Kanye? What I'm hearing now? Trash. I mean, trash. I don't know, whatever space he was in, get that man in some mental health facility, bro. Get him back in church. Kyle, if you got to take a PJ, bro, to go pray for that brother for 48 hours, whatever needs to happen, bro. But he's lost his mind. Get him back, please.
This is crazy.
Get him back, bro. Get him back. I'm over. Get him back.
It's the meds, bro. I figured I'm giving him a pass. Meds, bro.
Yeah, few gotta still finish it out, but man, I will say outside from that, man, Dolla is definitely the light of this album. Everything he was on, I mean, he tremendously did a good job.
He always. I can't remember a time I've seen where Ty didn't show up.
No, Ty's one of the most musically gifted musicians out there. Like, I mean,
sometimes those people rely on they, you know what I mean? They take their ability and their talent for granted, right? And so sometimes they don't always show up. He shows up every single,
especially when he's used as a collab artist. He really can steal the show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but the album it did I think almost $150 in the first week, which is surprising. I think it did 150,000 in the first week. It actually overtook Usher's album, who we're gonna talk about next. Usher only did 90,000 in the first week, and that's crazy because on one end you got to do performing at the halftime show in the Super Bowl and only did 90,000. And then you got the Ye, he was going through all kind of adversities, getting his stuff pulled off of Apple Music, Spotify, pulling it, having to go through all these different distributors to try to just have it out there. He still do $150. So that's pretty impressive, man. That's one thing about Ye, though. He can cut through the adversity despite if the music is good or not. He also dropped a Yeezy drop. I think he sold like 19 million in the first day. That's when he dropped all those shirts and different items for only $20. So man, he's still putting his brain and using some of his genius for something. But the music is just not there right now.
It's you know what I'm saying? Last thing I'll say on this, I know it went hard, bro, but I'm just letting y'all know. We gotta let Kanye go, man. He's the reason why, no, I'm for real. In the same way the black community held on to R. Kelly for all them years, bro, before it was actually time to let that brother go, it's the same thing we got to do for Kanye. Let him go.
No, hold on,
let him go.
Let me, but hold on. R. Kelly, as much as you believe he's let go from the black community, he probably never will be let go from the black community, bro.
Agreed, but I'm just saying. We got to let R go. We got to let R go too, but
he's let go further than I ever expected for him to be let go, bro. Like, cats do not be just out playing his music like they used to publicly at weddings, bro. All his stuff then got yanked from black weddings, boy. So
yeah, man. Let him go, man.
Yeah, man. But you know, in other news, man, your boy Usher Mr. Steal Your Girl. Is he the one that actually goes by that, or was that Trey Songz? Who was it, Dog?
That was Trey Songz. Trey Songz.
Okay. Because he been stealing everybody, girl, it seemed like.
Bro.
Anyways, man, Coming Home, that dropped the Friday before Super Bowl Sunday. This album, man, it was quite lengthy. It had about 20 records, which I really wasn't expecting from an R&B album. But it's been years since we got, another album from him, so it was probably appropriate that he came with a lot of music. But yeah, it looked like it had 20 records on it. He got features on here from Her, The Dream, Summer Walker, 21 Savage, Burna Boy, to name a few. And my immediate takeaway was like the first half was pretty feature heavy. It was just like he was just chasing bops. So it was a few records on there I liked. Definitely the good record. But it was kind of all over the place. It wasn't really a cohesive sound that I feel like this album really had. It was dance records. It was records where he was talking about, his side pieces and things of that. But I felt like the further you got to the end of the record, when he was kind of carrying records on his own, that's when it kind of got to some of the goodness of the album. But one thing I noticed for sure, though, is you can tell Doc Usher getting old, Doc, because some of the lyricism was mad cheesy. Like Chris Brown, he be having some cheesy lyrics, but he still got a way of singing things in a manner that you don't even care what the lyricism is. Usher, he ain't able to kind of pull that the way that Chris does it still. But overall, I thought it was a good effort. I think it's still underwhelming being that it's been so long since the last project we got from him. Because I'm on tape with saying, like, what's the last great album that we've gotten from him? And it's probably been over a decade. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty lengthy from saying somebody that's the king of R&B. Probably not my king of R&B for sure. But if you own that title, I feel like you got to deliver consistently. So, you know what I mean? I give it a good effort. And yeah, man, that's kind of my 2 cents with it.
Go ahead, Kyle. I already see you burning over there. Go ahead.
All right, so let's be clear before I get started. I might be on my Kenny. I am a fan of Usher. Usher to me is he is, if not my R&B GOAT. Like, he is a person growing up. I hate it. Like, I hated the dude. He just looked weird to me. He was soft. I grew up gangster rap. You know what I mean? So this dude coming all soft and singy and all that, and that stuff was so, I thought he was the weakest dude smoking, dog. As I got older, got grown, had throwing events and parties and slow dancing and doing my thing. I'm like, hey, he made good female love music, and so I became a fan. But here's the thing I have consistently noticed about Usher. Usher, he has one caveat, which was the Confession album. Outside of that, Usher don't put together good albums, bro. Hey, I'm gonna say it again. Since you bombed it, I'm gonna say it again. He's giving you one solid, cohesive, amazing, classic album. That's it. However, he is going to give you 3, maybe 4 unbelievable singles. Unbelievable singles. He's going to give you 3 to 4 singles that you're going to be able to listen to for 20 years. They are still playing My Way, which probably came out. That mug will still get mixed into an R&B set today.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's one of the...
Yeah. They are still playing. There go my babe. There go my babe. They still playing that to this day.
Yeah.
Bro, Usher gives you, I ain't even finna say yeah. Yeah is the biggest R&B club record to ever exist. No questions asked. No argument. I wish you would. Yeah. They sold more albums, singles, all the things, bro. Yeah, crazy. But he's gonna give you 3 or 4 solid records, man. But the album itself is never good. Dude can sing. Dude is amazing.
So are you saying? So are you saying this? So the Coming Home album doesn't have? It's not a good album. Is what you're saying?
This album was actually pretty bad to me.
Y'all got on here and chose violence today. One cat killing Kanye, the other cat killing Usher, killing legends, dog.
Big upper Usher. I'm telling everybody you need to go see his concert. All the things except for his little breakdown with the stripper thing that wasn't cool, but everything else was dope about his concert,
right,
bro? But this didn't surprise me because I know what I get from Usher. I go to Usher and I'm looking for 3 to 4 classic songs. I'm not looking for a cohesive album. The problem is he didn't give us 3 or 4 on this album. He gave us 1, maybe 2. That's the problem. 1, maybe 2. You got good, and then you really got the song with him and her. Like that's really it.
Yeah.
The song Bop could be a hit. It could be a dope song, but it's not no song you're gonna play for 20 years. It's not gonna be one of those. No. Right? And so I feel like his miss was, bro, you could have capitalized on your Vegas residency off the Super Bowl. Bro, who is in there? He need L.A. Reid back. That's all I kept thinking. L.A. Reid's gonna find her 4 hits. I just found out the other day he didn't want to do Yeah. L.A. Reid had to cuss him out to get him to do Yeah. Usher is not good when he is running and being the creative director of his own music. Because I think sometimes it's just like Jordan.
These
Jordan's
cats talking like they in these cats' camps, boy.
Yeah, Usher's not a good Jordan is not a good owner. He's not a good coach. Sometimes you need to let other people do what's best for you. So anyway, man, I'm gonna let somebody else talk. But
what you got, Kenny? I don't know what Kenny finna say. What you got, Doc?
I first want to say to the public, the views expressed by Kanye are not that of the Word of Clarity podcast. In the sense that you were right about a lot of what. But I cannot allow you. I cannot allow
everything. I see it.
I cannot allow the blasphemy. I cannot allow the blasphemy of saying that Usher's only put together one album. 8701 was also a bona fide classic as well. That was a bona fide classic album. At least 7 hits came off of that album. At least.
Top to bottom, are we going to say, bro, let's be honest. It had some classic, I'm talking about life-changing singles. But as a whole album, bro, it was not a phenomenal album, bro. It just wasn't.
I would say out of Usher's entire catalog, if you want to argue, he doesn't have a mountain of classics from an album perspective. I'm with you. No argument there. What I'm saying is, you believe that 8701 could be considered a classic and that not be a blasphemous take whatsoever.
I think it's
8701 and Confessions are 2 good albums. Really good albums.
Solid album. I will say it's a solid album.
Also, the joint he did that had the will.i.am record, that had the Hey Daddy record, Pause, and other joints on it.
The one where he looked like a statue. Is that the joint?
Something like that. That album was also a solid album too. Something like that.
On the album,
that album from top to bottom is a decent listen as well. So I can't.
Okay, album. It had songs. It had too many songs.
Yeah, right. And he does have a propensity of doing that, and that's his problem. But to say that the man just doesn't make any, I mean, I got a couple bodies work from Usher I can appreciate. I'll say that. It's a Kyle's defense was not one of them. I have to say that it wasn't the greatest listen I've ever enjoyed from Usher. I do think there were little gems within there, and I think you said it best when you said when he got away from chasing hits and got into his own bag in the second half of the album is when you start to see it turn to where like, hey, I probably would have appreciated if you went this route more. than you trying to make sure that you're on the radio. And I get it, because Good Good is one of those records for me that I consistently play, and I think
Hey,
it's gonna be played for a long time. You ask me, but
y'all, I got it.
yeah.
Y'all might hate this take. I got it number 2 behind Chris Brown and Drake track for me in the past decade.
No guidance.
You got what?
No guidance. I think it's my second favorite song in the past decade, as far as like R&B type.
That's high
Replay.
praise only because Snooze exists by SZA, and that record.
And
SZA probably got five of the top 10 best R&B songs in the last 10 years. Easy.
But Good is very high for me as well, Kyle. So I can't even lie to you. I love that record for whatever reason. I think it's just I could play that back to back to back. I ain't gonna hold you. So,
replay. That's how I'm ranking it. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that being the case, I think that I do agree with outside of that take from Kyle in the sense of the album take. Pretty much what both of y'all said. I don't know if I can add too much more to the discussion other than saying that at this point, Usher can't really do anything to hurt his legacy. He's really only done things to help it and extend his longevity. If we want better music from Usher, I don't even think L.A. Reid is the answer. I would go a step further and say he might need to work with an unconventional producer that we wouldn't expect. I would say Hitmaker and Usher would do wonders right now. Get Usher in the room with Hitmaker and let's see what he cooks up. Get all those features Hitmaker was giving Jeremiah. Let's hear Usher sing them, and let's see if we can get Usher back on the right track. You know what I'm saying? From a music perspective, I'm very interested in that. So that would be what I would like personally, because that dude is a hit factory. I think something like that will really help Usher if he decides to put out another body of work. But to be honest with you, you might want to let that go. After this project, you've done enough for the game and for the industry. You're goated. You got your plaque cemented. Just keep giving us the hits because you got enough to last you the rest of the time until you decide to not perform anymore.
Here's the crazy thing. His singles that he's put out over the past 3 years, have all been fire. Like maybe you stop doing albums and you just do every year 1 or 2 singles. Like I think that could serve him well. Like I didn't feel like this album was necessary. Like I didn't need this album.
Well, it was necessary because it was a business play. I mean, you performed at the Super Bowl, you got to put it out. You know what I'm saying?
I 100%.
That's true.
But to be honest, he could have put out the last 5, 6, 7 singles he didn't put out in the past 2 years, threw it on like a little EP and made that an album, and I think it would have been just fine.
Yeah, he definitely need 20 songs though. I tell you that. That last 5 batch, like from Luckiest Man on down, like room in a room was amazing.
Oh yeah,
that mug felt like one of them records. Like Chris got so many records like that where you almost feel like heartbroken for a dude. That mug, room in the room was crazy.
Yeah, his storytelling back.
That mug was crazy, dog. That Margiela was crazy too.
Yeah, it's not like he ain't got it. We just need more of whatever he captured on whatever he captured on that record. We need more of that. Give us more of that. Or like Kyle said, give us. Yeah,
I feel like the first half of that album was made a lot during that Vegas residency. It feels like it's feel good music. It just feels like it's a part of that type of environment, and then that other stuff was probably made in a different season of his life.
Yeah. What was the song that I saw something this week said that Usher was catching flack because he had teased the song with him and man, who was it? It was him and somebody else. That was crazy that he had played while he was in the studio, but everybody thought it was going to be in the album. It wasn't on the album. I can't remember exactly who it was. It was him and somebody else, but I heard the snippet from it. It was crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, man. That boy Wallow said, man, every time he go in the studio, he say, where the hard drive at? Y'all best music on there. No kizzy, dog. He kept it a bean, dog. But yeah, man, you know what time it is, man. We podcast is always talking about music and sports, man. So we moving on to the NBA All-Star Week. It feel like this podcast episode ain't finna be nothing but raining down on everything, boy. Cause This NBA All Star Weekend ain't no better than them last two albums we just got done reviewing, man. So I believe. Let me look at this score right quick, man. I believe the exact score was like 211 to 186. 211 to 186. The East broke the record for most 3-pointers in the All Star game at the number of 42. It may have been the the most points, 200. I think it was the first All-Star game to break 200. MVP went to Damian Lillard. He put on quite a bit of show this weekend, leaving away with the 3-point contest champion and also the MVP of the All-Star game. But man, it wasn't much to be hooping and hollering about throughout the whole week. I think the biggest takeaway was how much of a doofus Jaylen Brown is with all these fake dunks he tried to come away with, dog. Hey, bro, that boy tried to do the D Brown like this. They said he sneezed because afterwards his arm came up.
The funny thing was, after he did the dunk, I was like, what is he doing? Bro. And then I saw him doing, I was like, bro, you didn't do that during the dunk. Like after he dunked, I just like looked away and looked back up and I saw him with his hand over his eyes. I'm like, what are you doing?
I guess he thought a replay wasn't coming. That's what maybe he didn't think we had slow motion cameras or something because
slow-mo 4K. See what you did. Like, brother, you couldn't even pick your nose.
What are you doing, bro?
Those dunks, bro. Like that shouldn't even have been close. That dude McClung or whatever he named, bro, he should have beat him the first round.
They was tripping. They was giving him Jaylen Brown like 45s and 48s just off of him being Jaylen Brown. Like it was asinine, bro.
That stuff was terrible.
Hey, Obi Toppin's brother though, his dunks were more impressive than Jaylen Brown's. I would have loved to see if he had more in his bag, personally, to go against Mac. Now, personally, Mac McClung is a better dunker than all of those dudes combined, if you ask me.
Yeah,
like last year's dunk contest, I'm not going to say it was amazing and like that. But Mac himself, in last year's dunk contest, fire. Yeah. So, and to be honest with you, I in my mind, I felt like Mac was saying to himself, do I even got to do much to beat this trash that's in front of me right now? Here, let me just do this and take home the trophy because I don't know what these dudes is on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt watching that contest. I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah. I'm more in favor of them boys starting to just entertain some other weekend activities or ways that they can spice up. Like I think Anthony Edwards or Tyrese Maxey, I think. He was like, maybe they should do a one-on-one tournament or something like that. I'm like, man, give me something. Something.
I have a whole business plan, everything for.
Right, here we go. You finna pitch it to Adam Silver, bro?
You know me.
Oh, gosh.
NBA players more money than they ever dreamed, especially if they stars, bro. With less liability on their body if they would listen to me.
What you got? Let's hear it. This is crazy. Let's hear it, bro. What is he talking about?
I have no clue, bro.
Give it to
he don't want to spill the sauce, though.
I don't want to give it to the internet, bro, but I'm telling you, I got something that'll take this mug to a whole nother level.
All right. Okay. Well, if you can't spill it to his dog, so what, man? Is the NBA All-Star game about to be like the Pro Bowl, man? Pro Bowl where they just doing flag football or what, man? Is it about to be done, or how can they spice this mug up to make it more competitive, dog? Or is it just on the players? Or is the players just looking at this mug like a break? Like Anthony Edwards, like, man, look, I don't really see it ever being competitive because honestly, I just see this as a break. You know what I'm saying? Either to take care of my body or just spend time. Like, what we thinking?
I heard somebody talking this week, man, and I thought it made a lot of sense. They were like, man, I think it was Chris Broussard. He said, man, I didn't know until I went to the All-Star weekend. He was like, man, these players have meetings and NBA events and like having to go out and do community service and interviews. He says, dog, by the time they get to Sunday, they are cooked. Like they done with the new age marketing. Like everything's about marketing. So when they go there, all the advertisers are there, all the people they need to do promos for. And so he said, man, they're cooked, man. I kind of do take a little bit of a different approach. I think the All-Star game and the in-season tournament have to have, in order for it to be competitive, it can't be financial because they don't care. They're making too much money. It has to have playoff implications. And that's how I feel. Yeah, I feel like it's got to have playoff implications. So if the East win, like whoever is coming out of the East, they automatically get home court advantage.
You know what? Hey, I was at the barbershop early today, dog. I got something for you. This ain't going to be something that's going to fix it long term, but I think next year, short term, this will be something that can be spicy. Like right now, the best 4 to 5 players in the NBA are all international. So it's the perfect time to do USA versus international. Just look at the international team. You look at, if it was an international team right now, you would have Embiid, Jokic, Luka, SGA, and Giannis. That's their starting 5.
Versus Steph, LeBron, KD,
Anthony Davis, and Jason Tatum. You're going to have to put him there.
Hey, that's a fire.
And look, I don't know if USA. Hey, look, I don't know if the USA gonna win that.
Hey,
I really don't, bro.
If they play competitively, I got the international team smacking them up a little bit.
If Luka and Jokic really take it serious, oh yeah, we may be in trouble, dog.
What? Bro, you know Jokic doesn't give no effort during the All-Star game. If Jokic is Jokic, yeah. Hey, no disrespect.
Hey, what you say? Come on, hey, Phil, what you say earlier? What you say? Come on.
Jokic hates basketball. let me play. When I saw Jokic come in at the beginning of training camp to the first joint, dog, the way he walked, and all the rest of the cast is excited. Season finna start. Man, Jokic got there late. And bro, he walked through that doors and that corridor, dog, like it was like he was going to prison. He hates. Have you ever heard his interviews talking about basketball, bro? He cannot wait to retire. He says, man, I hope people do not remember me. I've never heard that.
Hold on, I ain't never heard. I really haven't heard many of his interviews. So, dog,
that's crazy.
Dog, I hope they don't recognize me when I retire.
That's crazy, dog. This man need to chill, bro.
Yo, that's crazy. I've never really tripped off his interviews. If he said that, yo, that cat's bugging, dog.
He's goated, bro. If he said that, he's goated.
He gives the bare minimum, dog. Which was scary to me, dog, because even when he hooping, I'm like, he never looks like he's just like going all out.
No.
He's just hooping.
Bro, did y'all, Kyle, to your point, did you ever see that I think it's like not a meme, but it's like a reel / short that's on YouTube and Instagram. And it's these dudes, they're like 3 homies or whatever. And 2 of them are hooping outside one-on-one. And they're like, hey, come on, man, whatever, come play. And it pans over and it's a dude, I guess he's supposed to be Jokic, but he's laying down in a lawn chair with a towel over his neck. And they're like, yo, come play with us. So he's yawning. So they pull the lawn chair from under him and he gets on the court. And this dude's moving in slow motion. He's eating a sandwich, bro. You know what I'm saying? He throws a hook shot in and he's dominating the game and they can't stop him. They're double teaming him, triple teaming him. Like that's literally what Jokic does. Jokic gets out of bed, bro, puts on slippers, and just puts up 30 and 15 in his sleep. No training throughout the summer. He's out there milking cows and hanging with his wife and drinking beer and doing all that crazy stuff. No training, bro. And he gets on the court and he has 30 and 15 a night. It's unbelievable. Imagine if this dude put in half the work LeBron puts in. I don't even know who he'd beat if that were the case. If he put half as much into his body as any professional athlete, he doesn't even care.
Hey, bro,
they asked him, they said, bro, you picked up a basketball. He said, no, I haven't all summer. I didn't even touch a basketball.
Yep. Didn't touch a basketball. Still came in first 15, 20 games of the season murdering, bro. He's the softest touch I've ever seen in my pause.
Ever in life.
You cats are losing.
Last thing. Let me give y'all a stat. Let me give y'all a stat. Here's what's so wild about Jokic. Here's why this is so ridiculous. I tried everything in my life to hate on this man, bro. I tried everything. This nigga had a 10-game stretch where he only missed 7 shots. I'm going to say it again. He had a 10-game stretch where the nigga only missed 7 shots. I don't know what else to tell y'all. That's ridiculous. I don't know what else to tell y'all, bro.
Yeah,
this is getting out of hand.
Didn't miss a shot, dog. I said, man, this is just stupid, dog.
This is stupid.
I'm gonna be honest. I when people talk about the old school versus new school and all the things, and I agree, I think a lot of these cats could play back then. But one thing I'm very clear on is that there's just certain things you're not gonna do on the court with me. and go 100% on me.
Right. Nah. That's crazy.
Nah, that's crazy.
Elbow that man or something. Show some pride, some dignity.
What are you putting in where a person don't miss a shot on you, bro? Like, I don't believe in that.
Speaking of Rasheed Wallace, where's Rasheed Wallace at, bro, when you need him? At least he would have threw a punch at this man or something. Like, golly, y'all just allowed him.
But man, look, Jokic and his brothers is just about it, man. We seen that the Morris brothers versus the Jokic brothers, they was about it.
It's true. They were about it.
Now, you ain't heard nothing. Hey, Phil, what you say? You ain't heard nothing from the Morris boys, huh?
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, when Morris had that ball and hit that dude on the top of his head for playing good D on him, I said, yeah, bro, these dudes is bullies, man. That would never, bro. Ain't no way in the world that'd happen to me. And when that stuff happened with Jokic, don't get me wrong. I get it. You trying to be an enforcer. Hey, but Jokic wasn't going for it. And I'm telling you, you don't want no smoke with them dudes, bruh. They come over there. They do that. I was talking to a dude from over there just the other day. He was talking to me about something and talking about how sad it was. He just said it in a normal conversation. He's like, Kyle, I've been in war. He was like, this still, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, hold on, dog. You've been in war, but that's normal for them. Like, they didn't dealt with war in their country and in their city, like walking and going to the grocery store and there's bombs going off. Bro, this is nothing. What he did to that Morris boy was nothing. That's another day at the playground. They do that on Tuesdays over there, just to knock a cat to the ground and stand over him and say, what?
Nah, these dudes is going ballistic tonight, dog. What are y'all on tonight, bro? Hey, man.
See the Morris brothers.
Look. Hopefully they can rap. Hopefully they can come up with something good. Now, I think the International versus USA will be dope. It's the time to do it. But
last quick throw. We about to go. I would also be very interested to see white players versus black players for an All-Star game too. Okay. I think that would be crazy.
Right. What are we talking about now, bro? This is just becoming crazy.
What? White players versus black players, dog.
That's practical, bro. That's practical. But it was, I don't know, dog. I wouldn't want to see that. Now, what the hell would that even mean, bro? Like,
white players versus black players. Lowry marketing, Luka Doncic.
That is the opening line. That's the opening line, bro.
40 years, bro. That would kill black people out here trying to get rights. They try to get the NBA, and then if they decide they go, bro, that would set them back.
That was silly, dog. This nigga tripping, bro. I ain't know what he's about to say, dog.
Oh, my God.
Man. Face of the league, though, man. All throughout the All-Star weekend, though, it was a common question that they kept on asking everybody. And it was the big question, who will be the face of the league post-LeBron era? They asked LeBron this, and I think he said a few names. I think he said Shea, Anthony Edwards, Luka, Tatum.
Nope. Yep. Nope.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you don't think Shea got a chance?
You don't think none of them other guys got a chance? All right, let's ask you the question, Few. Who you got? Faces of the league or the face? I want to try to narrow down. We got to put a bet on somebody.
I got a face.
Who we talking about?
Okay, so let's be clear. No international player will ever be the face of the league. It just will not work. I don't even think it should be. But I don't. It just won't work, bro. They just don't. It just won't, man. NBA is still. It's still like football, man. It's American, bro. Like Americans ain't going for it. So that's one. Number two, out of the Americans that you do, so that just eliminates all the foreign players. Number two, the person who becomes the face of the league has to have a personality that's outgoing, that can do interviews, that is commercial. You can throw on a billboard. You can have on an actual commercial that can, they got to be a little bit clean cut. So like your Currys, your LeBrons, they got to have a little bit of clean cutness to them, right? And I feel like the closest you're gonna get to that out of the guys we name, and staying out of trouble is best for the NBA, that they're more like a family type person at this point. Like, bro, I'm telling you, the closest thing you're gonna get that is Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum needs to be the face, which also means the Boston has to win a championship. Like, it is in the best. He's
the best. I'm gonna say this. He's the best. All the optics. He has all the optics.
He has everything.
All he has to do is literally just win. Some of the other people that will be in the conversation, they don't have all the optics. Like, they may be in small markets. They may don't have the commercialism. They may not be the most clean cut. Like the only other person I would put up there that has a lot of the optics, but I don't think, one, he plays in a place where they just never really have a face. And then also, I don't see them winning a lot for the years to come. I think they have an anomaly season, Timberwolves. Yeah, that's it. I don't think that can sustain.
Well, y'all stop. See, you finessing me. Well, y'all stop with this Anthony Edwards nonsense. The dude is immature. He's a 12-year-old. He's a 12-year-old. He has skills.
Hold on, what's going on? Now, he ain't Ja Morant now. You talking about Ja Morant?
He's having no crazy playoff run. He's done nothing in the postseason. What is he? He's really done nothing.
Look at
He's
Kenny
had
G.
a few crazy dunks. He's barely the best player on his team, depending on the game.
And he has the most
talking about.
He has the most.
He's a 12-year-old. He is very. And here's the other thing. Not only is he immature, don't take this the wrong way. He's too black. He's a nigga. He can't be the face. He can't.
Come on, man. Michael Jordan was black. Michael Jordan was the same complexion. You talking about he black?
No. He act
like a nigga. He's a nigga.
He is a playful Ja Morant, in my view. He's just not shooting guns. The only difference is he's playing PlayStation. That's the only difference. Instead of shooting guns, Ant is just playing PlayStation, bro. That's the only difference, bro. They are both cut from the same cloth. They probably come from the same family tree. Like, them are the same person. He's just an immature version of it, like a kid. He's a 12-year-old, bro. And that every time somebody brings that up as a viable option to me, I want to snatch him by the collar.
Before Kenny, let me throw this out there. I think this may be something y'all may like. Let's say LaMelo Ball goes to somewhere like a LA. What do we believe at that point? LaMelo has all them assets too.
I'm a fan. LaMelo is still a little hood. If he can let go of that, trying to be a little hood, then he
hood. He remind me of T.I. son, standing on business.
Hey, dog. JT is the package, bro. I was looking at him this weekend, bro. Obviously, I know him. And I'm not biased with JT, man. I critique him hard, but I know him. I know his family. I know the people. I know, I'm cool with his mom, like his aunts, his grandfathers, my frat brother. I love him to death, man. We good people. Like, he come from good stock, dog. He and his kids' life. He got a good hairline. Like,
this nigga's crazy. Hey, I will say, Deuce, hey, his son Deuce stock is up on 10, bro. That takes him to another level though. Like all that dynamic familyness. Somebody, but they spoke on
LeBron. Coming from LeBron, he is the best baton carrier.
He is. If he win, let me hear what the Boston, the Bostoneer has to say up there. He got Boston on right now.
You were shaking your head, so I'm confused. Don't get to doing this when I first said it. You were shaking your head. You got to
Come
explain.
on, man. Give us the nuanced answer.
Yeah, no, right. That part. I'm shaking my head because Jason Tatum makes the most logical sense. But here's my problem with JT. I struggle with this here. When I think about every face of the league, listen what I'm saying. When I think about every face of the league, LeBron was deemed the face of the league at 18 years old before he developed this. But once he developed it, he took the game to another level. Yeah. LeBron did that. Jordan, before him, this. Kobe in the midst of them both, this. When you think about every face of the league, they didn't just have the clean-cut nature and the marketability and the ability to speak. They also had this thing where LeBron had got to a space where he said to himself, they asked him in an interview, why do you believe you can come back from this series? Because I'm the best player in the world. Give me the ball, move out the damn way. That's what it turned into. When you think about the faces of the league, there's a mentality and an aura and a belief that they have in themselves that says, even if you say I'm not right now, I'm next. Jason Tatum seems to me like he has all the stuff, but he's cool with kind of just being cool. It's actually the reason why the Celtics haven't won yet. Because there's something in him that says, yeah, I'm the best player, but cool. I don't like that. I think it hurts us. I think it hurts his stock as it pertains to him being the best player in the league. So, and even the face of the NBA. So that bothers me when I think about Tatum and think about who's going to take the baton. And so that's the nuanced answer for me. Can I see it? Yes. Do I disagree? No. Does he have that thing, though, that it's me? And even if you don't say it's now, it's later. No, I don't see that, Jason.
Let me say this. Let me say this. I will say this. There's different. We talking about two different tiers of faces of the leagues. I believe we're done having faces of the leagues that were of the magnitude of the Kobe, LeBron, and Jordans. I don't believe there's going to be a face of the league of that magnitude anymore. They're going to be similar to like Curry at some point was the face of the league.
Curry, but even Curry though.
But I'm saying
Curry knows he's the best shooter to ever touch the basketball.
No, but hold on. For the longest, it was a mile longer people that was questionable of what Steph Curry would actually succumb to be. He didn't just have that. The guy that was coming up out of Davidson, baby, you couldn't tell me he was even going to be anywhere close to where he ended up today. He was never looked at as like that by many.
Well,
so you talking about this? I wouldn't say that was him.
Okay. Was Steph Curry a killer out of Davidson mentality-wise? No. But I do believe shortly after that first championship, though, Steph Curry, now I'm not saying his performance, but I'm talking about mentality, what he believed about himself. Them unanimous MVP
because
years,
I think his mentality.
He believed he was that guy. He believed it. I'm the best shooter on earth. I believe it. I don't
think Stephen Curry ever believed that I honestly don't even think he believed he was the best player in the league, bro.
But his thing, that's when Steph Curry started in game, pulling up from 40 feet, shooting it and turning around and saying, "Oh, it's already good."
During regular season,
his own press. He started believing his own hype. Steph Curry's mentality definitely changed at some point, and when it did, he became the face of the league. That's a fact.
But it always got exposed. It always got exposed at the highest stakes. That's why I didn't never believe it. How you let somebody like Dolla get an MVP and then you don't get an MVP until like your last ring, right?
I'm critical of that.
That's crazy.
I'm critical of that.
And it's hard to say that when somebody like Kevin Durant comes sit on your team and that wasn't evident. He was still the best player on that team. He didn't look like what you're saying he was right now. In the regular season, he was Steph, but when it came to that it never looked like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's what. But my thing is word. No disrespect to Tatum, because I do believe Tatum is a top 10 player, top 7 player, potentially top 5. He's fringe top 5 for me right now. But that's my problem with Tatum even during the regular season. To me, it don't take Tatum winning the ring. I would love that, but it don't take Tatum winning the ring. Just show me Steph confidence in the regular season. Give me, I'm that guy in the regular season. And I believe we're looking at somebody who can at least do what Steph did as it pertains to the face of the league conversation. Mentally, though, there is something that allows him to be too nice, too, hey, it's cool. No matter what, we're all good. I work out with Embiid in the summer. That's my guy. You know, we compete. I take over sometimes. Other times I make chill out and allow Jaylen Brown to shoot 30 shots. No problem. He has too much of that. I need Jason Tatum to get the ball and say, get the hell out the way. I'm going to the finals.
But Curry wasn't like that, though. Curry, none of them guys was really like that.
In the regular season, Steph Curry damn sure was, which is why he wouldn't be unanimous MVP.
What you got, Kyle? He was just a great shooter, bro.
I agree, but I think that some of that stuff happens once you get past that, over that space of getting that. Yeah, once you get a chip. And I don't know if you heard, when JT, I think it was this past during the All-Star break.
He was Malik Adams.
Malik Adams asked him and said, who's the best person in the league? Who do you think the best person in the league is? He said, me. And she said, whoa, I'm surprised to hear you say that, because just last year you said Giannis. And his answer was like, you know what? I'm just I'm in a different headspace. He was like, I've seen people in the league, all those things, but he was like, man, I work hard at my craft, and I plan on winning. And like, I think I'm the best player in the league. And I'm like, hey, this is a different JT. That conversation is actually what in my mind made me to say, so here's the other thing. This is a new revelation for me. I just literally within probably the past 48 hours have decided that the new face of the league would be JT. And it was heavily based on that interview, because that's what I needed to hear. That's the mindset that you're talking about, Kenny, that I'm like, you got the marketability, you got all the things, bro, but you have to now get to a point where, you know what, I'm 25 years old, 26. And I'm like,
it's my league. It's my league.
Yeah, I'm not a kid no more. Like, I'm a grown man, and I'm looking around here, and and I understand when you young, you just giving deference to these people that you looked at these dudes for years, like they're your icons. You playing amongst them, so you're gonna show a level of respect. But then it gets to a point where it's like, nah, that day is over. It's my time, and I kind of hear him kind of taking that ownership of like, nah.
I think it was that interview. Honestly, if you've been following JT, if you go back to his high school years, this guy's been the same guy through his entirety of his career basketball. Like, even at Duke, he was playing behind Grace, not behind, but he was not the number one option even at Duke, but he was playing with Grayson Allen and those guys. But he was very much better than them guys. But he he was just saying, the veteranship and the reverence that he gives to these guys, because he a humble cat. But I think I've described him of being somewhere in between of somebody like a Kobe, Kawhi, and Tim Duncan. Like, Kobe is his favorite player. He got similar game package, but Tim Duncan wasn't as dogmatic, or Kawhi ain't as dogmatic as them guys. But he's in the middle with that. But that interview where they was asking him that question, where he was like, I don't know who the face of the league gonna be is, but if we win a championship, I'm gonna have something to say about that. I think he prioritizes winning so much that before he jump out the window and just say, I'm da-da-da-da-da, like, let me go out here and actually win this, and then it's like all is in that way now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go and get the chip. Because honestly, winning MVPs to him, it don't matter. Getting all-stars or all-star MVPs and all this, it don't matter until he get the chip, because he done already been there once. You know what I'm saying? Been to like 5 conference. Like, his career as far as winning has been significantly greater than anybody else that we put in that bubble.
Agreed.
So I think it comes down to that with JT. But
he got a big this year though. He got a big opportunity.
He got a big opportunity this year. Embiid going down, opened it up. I mean, they already had him as the favorites, but that really turned the corner.
The East should be a cakewalk. Like he should be rested.
Unless Dame and them.
Damian Lillard.
Dame is the one guy that he will always have something to say.
As long as Damian Lillard is playing basketball and you got to go through him to get to a championship, and now that he has a team, now that Damian Lillard has actual support.
What is he doing over
there? Say what you want.
Hold on, but we got to see if we can get Few back.
Let me tell you something right now. I don't trust any active player in the NBA more than I trust Damian Lillard in playoff basketball situations where my game is on the line. Damian Lillard, even though he hasn't made a finals, has sent so many prominent players home. It's not even funny. He has sent niggas home in the West, even while not being a super winning player. He's sent people home. So now you give him Giannis on the other side during playoff basketball. I don't care what he's talking about. You give him Giannis on the other side during playoff basketball. I love it. I'm gonna reserve my judgment. I'm confident in my guys, but if we gotta face Dame, that's gonna be a hard road. Also, I'm gonna say this. Kyle got to say that no international player has a chance of being the face of the league. Let me tell you something. If they ever figure it out, actually they are going to figure it out.
Here we go, this figure out stuff. Watch this.
No. I'm going to be very clear. After this year, San Antonio was about to clear house. Everyone's fired. All those players who want to shoot the ball and not pass the women yamba, they're all fired. They're all being released. They're all being traded. Their contracts will be cut. I promise you, San Antonio will have a brand new team come next year. When they figure that situation out and find players that just want to get Victor the ball, right. I have a very high chance of Victor potentially being the face of the league once they figure that out. Because the man's averaging 20 and the players are trying to ice him out. Once they get players that actually want to pass him the ball, we don't know what that kid's capable of.
His head, bro, that nigga keeps turning the turn around. I'm about to get done with him because he keeps turning his head around looking crazy.
Say what you want, bro. Say what you want.
All right, man, let's try to get through these. Let's get through these next ones, dog. Man.
Oh, man, this is rough.
This is rough. Doc, since he arrived in Milwaukee, has been 3-7. The last game they played before the All-Star game was a L versus the Memphis Grizzlies, who was playing 5 guys from the G League. I mean, the Memphis is so injured right now. And look, bro, the Bucks had everybody they were supposed to be playing out there, bro. And they took an L to them dudes, bro. I think it was, about 10 games ago. What was the guy that was there? Was it Adrian Griffin? What was his name?
Adrian Griffin, yeah.
Adrian Griffin. He was also being, kind of mentored by Doc while he was the coach over there. And they was basically, it was a running joke saying the entire time they already knew they was finna hire Doc. Yeah, man. So Doc, he the head coach now, man. He's had a treacherous run of teams and squads he's had that's been overwhelmingly talented, but have achieved underwhelmingly with the expectation of the talent that he's had on his team. You know what I mean? So here we go again with another team with, at minimum probably 2 Hall of Famers, 2 top 75 guys. And now they have fallen from number 2 in the East to number 3 behind the Cleveland Cavaliers and Boston Celtics. 3-7. How we feel, man? Was it the right move to get Doc? What do you think they was thinking when they did this? And what's the expectations for them in the postseasons?
Right move, wrong coach. Right move, wrong coach. Adrian Griffin wasn't going to do the job as the coach there. He was already ruffling too many feathers. Him and Giannis had public disputes. 20 games in where Giannis is like, we had game plan issues, we had preparation issues. That's directly reflective on the coach. So you had to get Adrian Griffin out of there. Facts. Now, did you have to bring in Doc Rivers when somebody like a Mark Jackson was available? No, you did not. Get Doc Rivers out of there. Get Mark Jackson in. Look, man, look. Hey, look. I'm forever indebted to Doc Rivers, by the way. Doc Rivers was the last coach that I had to give me a championship in 2008 for the Boston Celtics. So I'm not a Doc Rivers hater. if anything, I can appreciate how he was able to manage 4 crazy star personalities in the Rajon Rondo, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. Even Kendrick Perkins was on that roster. Glenn Big Baby Davis, who was crying every 5 minutes, eating Vaseline and all the other junk he was doing. Like that. I understand. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. However, I understand that Doc Rivers did his thing managing that team. And here's the thing. I'm of the belief that I don't blame him for them Clippers Lob City years, because if you ask me, they were never good enough to win a championship, if you ask me. So I'm not even mad at those Clippers Lob City years. What I am mad at is being up 3-1 against Luka in the NBA playoffs with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George and fumbling that series. What I am mad at is having a depleted Celtics team that you had last year down on the ropes, where all you had to do was win a game and get us out of there, and you end up dropping that. What I am mad at is the multiple 3-1 leads since Lob City that you've totally decimated and couldn't take advantage of. And so, do I believe that Doc Rivers deserves a head coaching job in 2024? Absolutely not. Get him all the way out of here. So, right move, wrong coach. Mark Jackson would have been great. Shoot, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. With this team, offensively, what their capabilities were, I might have called Mike D'Antoni.
All right, I'm about to get out of here. I'm never calling that nigga.
I'm about to call Mike D and say, yo.
Mike D'Antoni in the same boat. He didn't blew all kind of leagues.
Let me tell you something. You know what Mike has never done? Mike has never blown that many 3-1 leads. Mike has never not had a top 5.
Wasn't he the coach of that? Wasn't he the coach of that Harden team that blew that 3-1 lead versus Golden State? Where they missed like 43 threes? You don't remember that? They missed 27 threes in a row.
Well, let me be clear. Chris Paul doesn't go down. We don't even talk about that series. Let's be clear.
Hey, but look, that's still coaching when you miss.
That's not a Mike.
Bro, they went They went 7-43 behind the arc in that series, bro. That's coaching.
What do you want Mike D'Antoni to do? Shoot for them niggas too? Bro,
no, tell them niggas to stop shooting. Basketball. No, you switch. You run different sets, bro. Stop shooting threes.
Let me tell you something. You're playing against Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. You got to go out. You got to go out in your shield. If they would have had Chris Paul, that wouldn't even have been a series. They would have got rid of them. Anyway,
7-43 was crazy. Nah, go ahead though.
Listen, bro. You can't lose to a Memphis Grizzlies team where Dre South is playing point guard, and it just can't happen.
I'm all on that. How did he catch a straight, dog?
No, I'm just saying.
Boy,
no, it's not even
by
straight. Like,
minding his own business.
Baby, he just let us clip on that boy, man.
Hey, I'll just say this about Doc, man. I'm gonna be a little bit more gracious. I think you got to give Doc at least 20 games.
They only got 20 games left, bro.
That's the problem. You're gonna have to. You got to give him 20 games, bro, because the reality is, man, when you're on that road...
To do what, Kyle? To do what? 20 games to do what?
Listen, bro. The issue is that you don't practice, man. Like, the NBA, bro, like, you got to come in and try to do all these changes, but you're doing them in game. Like, there's not a lot of practices that happen in the middle of the season. We all know that. Like, you might get a practice in once every 2 weeks, an actual practice where you get to go work on stuff. So you're trying to shift a culture. You're trying to teach an offense. So you're not going to try to just completely rattle them. And as quiet as this kept, what cats don't realize, even though they have that horrible record, they went from bottom 3 in defense to top 17, top 15 or something like that in defense.
But you know what else happened?
Over the past year.
Now they falling back in the offense.
Yeah, but their offense is falling down. So my issue is you're trying to rectify one piece and bring attention, but then you got to work on the offensive set to get the focus in. And here's my issue, man. The other thing is, to be honest with you, give you my complete answer is I don't care who the coach is. This is a personnel issue. This ain't a coaching issue.
You got to get Chris Middleton out of there. He has to go.
Chris Middleton's body is basically AD's body for the past 5 years. It's like AD over the summer handed his body to Chris Middleton. I think AD, as everybody kept telling AD to go turn his body in, he went and turned his body in, and Chris Middleton went and picked it up from whatever store on the clearance rack.
Okay,
and he's wearing AD
crazy.
his body is Bro, he has turned into the dude from Unbreakable. What's his name? The dude, you know what I'm saying?
Mr. Glass.
In the wheelchair. Huh?
Mr. Glass.
He's Mr. Glass, bro. Like Middleton was too much of their offense and defense. You can't lose Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. You can't lose that much production on defense. And Middleton was a great three-point shooter.
Yeah, bro. I would have.
Dame is struggling right now. Like his shooting percentage is at it's the lowest he's had like since his like rookie year. Like it's bad.
Yeah, his percentages are horrible. That's not Dame like. But yeah, he's shooting. But I would have went and packaged up Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis, whatever draft picks they need, and went and got me a Jimmy Buckets. Easy.
Yep.
Give me Jimmy Buckets right now. You tell, bro, I don't even care what the rest of the squad look like. You put Jimmy and Dame on any team, them niggas gonna give you a puncher chance at anything. No kissy, dog. You got a motivated Giannis? Oh, that team would have been, bro, that mug would have been manic. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think
you talking that
bro.
talk right now.
Oh, I'm telling you, bro.
I don't think Jimmy would leave though, bro.
Jimmy, I just heard Jimmy trying to get up out of there, bro.
Is he?
Yeah. They sick of
Jimmy's
this
trying
stuff.
to go. Let me tell you something.
Jimmy trying to go. We'll take him in LA right now.
Hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. If I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, come this offseason, here's the first thing I'm doing. I'm bringing Chris Middleton into the office and I'm saying, hey, Chris, nice to talk to you. Is this your contract right here? Yeah, no problem.
Niggas that worked on getting some scissors and envelopes to cut it up. Hey, bro, I love how I let him cut through that mug.
Yeah.
That boy worked
Get him out of here, bro.
All right, man. Look, dog, we gonna finish up, dog, with this last topic, man. You know, we was talking about this all day in the chat. This is like a mini clip of your boy Rasheed Wallace. I'm not sure who podcast this is, but yeah, this is him talking about how he comes to terms of who his GOAT is. So we'll check it out now.
Before, because we disagree here. Who is your GOAT?
For me,
For you.
my GOAT is the captain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Why?
He's won multiple championships on every level. He's won at least 3 championships in the PSLs. That's the public school league in New York, for those who aren't familiar with it. PSLs. He won at least 3 championships at UCLA, where he was a significant part.
Definitely.
And then the one championship with the old school Bucks, the 70s Bucks.
The big O.
Then won 4 or 5 with
5.
LA. All he know is winning. Like we got some guys who are really great, played this game, that might have won an NCAA championship and an NBA championship, but you wasn't shit in high school. You got your ass beat in high school.
Okay. That last part really almost had me crying. We got some guys in the NBA that got their asses beat in the high school. Oh, what does that even mean, man? Like, what we talking about here? Like,
Hey,
come on, y'all.
Hey, dog. I don't have a problem, as I said earlier in the chat, bro. I don't have a problem if somebody is arguing that Kareem is their GOAT. Because I think there are factors that you can bring into play to make a solid argument. I think Kareem is in my top 3. I got Kobe 4, Jordan 2nd, Bron 1. And I think there's a solid argument. However,
My bad. Hold on, everybody. He meant Jordan 1, LeBron 2. But keep going. Keep going.
my bad. My bad. Did you say what? Jordan, what?
No, I just made a proper change for the
This ain't
people who
even
watch.
finna be. This topic ain't even finna be what we talk about. Look at this.
I'm not finna go there with you, but you know what it is. My issue is how you go about. I don't care what. Let me say this to America. I don't care what your argument is. Doesn't matter. It has to be logical. And for somebody to ask you who your GOAT is, and the first thing to come out your mouth is that they've won at every level. I can get with you with that. They won at every level, or saying they won at every one of their stops. But for the first thing to come out your mouth is that they are a 3-time champion in the PSL.
And he talking about some public schools.
In the public school league. Are you crazy? Who says that? The public school league, as if that is a real measure. I was playing basketball this past weekend with a young dude, man. We hooping. A dude pulled me to the side and said, "Hey, that little young dude we playing with in the tank top, guess how many points he average a game?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, dude, all right." Little young white dude. I'm like, what, like 12, 13? He was like, he averages 25, 8, and 8. I said, what? So I look back on the court. I'm like, 25, 8, and 8. I said, what's he got? Duke offers? You know what I'm saying? Where he going to Kansas, Kentucky? No, he has D3 offers. Do you know why? Because he goes to Imperial High School.
Oh, yeah.
He plays nobodies.
Nobody's, nigga. Say it again.
So what are we talking about? That is not no measure of greatness because you lived in a certain zip code. You won a state championship. Who cares? Half of America won state championships.
Now this nigga crazy. Half of America.
Half of America is crazy.
What is we talking about? Don't be telling me nothing you did when you 14 as a mark in your deal on that you the greatest basketball player to ever live. Man, that's crazy. That's just insane.
Rasheed, and that was my problem. Look, man, we kind of talked about this before the show came on. I was like, yo, Kareem is considerably a top 3 guy to a lot of people. But your logic of determining him to be in the GOAT, and what you just said, starting off by naming amateur level accomplishments, amateur level achievements, we never use that to measure how we come up with somebody being a GOAT. And it's I don't even know where Rasheed. I really don't know. Maybe he has, some type of connection or something. Because I've never heard somebody say that. It was the first of
high school. The first thing he came out his mouth. High school.
Because look, if we using that, then it's certain guys that's like Kobe and Bron, according to his measure, could never be the GOAT, which is ridiculous. So we're not finna have that. You know what I'm saying? No. So. Let's see what Kenny G. Here we go, the nuanced answer. I'm about to walk out of here with this stuff, man.
Kenny, man, keep it to 3 minutes, man. Just don't,
3 minutes is crazy like this.
Hey, no, I got you. I got y'all. I'm not even gonna take all y'all time. I'm gonna say it like this. A couple of addendums I would like to make on behalf of Rasheed Wallace.
Addendums.
Number 1. The PSLs, the Public School League in New York City, produce some of the greatest basketball players of all time. When he says, no, and I'm serious. Stephon Marbury, Sebastian Telfair, Lance Stevenson, Amani Bates, Deuce.
Bro, honestly, I almost immediately started laughing after you said only one name I kind of held on to, and that was Stephon Marbury, bro.
Mark Jackson.
That boy went from Stephon Marbury. But when it got to Lance Stevenson, I about fell out of my chair,
The
bro.
PSL has put out some of the best basketball players of our time.
Bro, all them dudes barely had even real careers you just named, bro. Sebastian was amazing coming out, but he flamed out quicker than he flamed up, dog.
Hey, Sebastian was so nice in high school. They gave him a documentary. Y'all need to start.
They did. I was a Sebastian fan.
Hey. Yeah. Sebastian was cool. Nah, but listen. I say all that to say, Rasheed Wallace ain't got no chance in hell of arguing this for real, man. I just thought it was fun.
He just reneged. He reneged on everything he was about to go into.
I was gonna try to save it, bro, but I couldn't save it, dog. Rasheed, I don't know what to tell you, dog. I'm trying, dog.
Y'all get a Hall of Famer, dog. Y'all just straight killed this Hall of Famer. So
I put a bar. Anytime I go to the Funk Blonde, bro, it's pretty much raps for them boys, dog.
It's a rap, dog. It was nothing I could do. Dog. I'm sorry, I tried, bro, but you sound crazy, dog. I tried, bro. I tried.
PSL, and then Kenny named off 6 average players. In the back.
Oh my God.
And Kareem, bro, you named 6 average players, bro, and we're talking about him playing back in high school, 1960s.
Who else came out of that era?
You were naming cats from the 80s, 90s, bro. We're saying that he is a GOAT based off of playing basketball when the professional basketball players had part-time jobs as accountants.
No.
Can you imagine what the high school players were?
All jokes aside, I think
the high school players lived in New York City, but New York City that still had chickens and farms and roosters running around. That's the New York City he comes from.
What's happening, dog? This episode has went ballistic.
The New York City where it was illegal to buy alcohol on Sunday. Do you remember the last time it was illegal to buy alcohol in New York City? This is when he used an explanation on when this man was the GOAT in high school.
That was the worst logic I've ever seen somebody. He's an NBA player. This is an NBA champion, bro. This is an NBA champion.
Babe Ruth was still playing in All-Star games in the major leagues when he's talking about Kareem was the GOAT of the PSLs.
The only thing I could think that he was trying to say, if I'm honest, the only thing I could think that man was trying to say was the PSLs is a prominent high school
in
arena.
1960.
I don't know.
It was the only one back then, man. They probably even had AAU back then. They didn't have no AAU back in the day.
Bro, this is what's even funnier to me, dog. He said that he was the 3-time state champ in the PSLs, as if Rasheed Wallace was alive to know who he was playing back in the 60s.
I don't know why. I really don't know why Rasheed went out on that ledge to die on, bro. What was going on with him? That mug, and look, the dude, when you pay attention to
alive.
Bro, the dude presented the question knowing. The dude presented the question knowing like he was about to give an off-bound, off base type of like he was like me and you already disagree.
You know he had heard that before. I wanted to make the point because the way he set up the question was, he said, "I'm gonna ask you a question, but I want everybody to know we disagree." But
Like I have no parts of whatever he's about to say from this
I
point.
have no parts of this, to be clear. I've never heard nobody set up a question like that ever on a podcast.
He knew.
He knew what blasphemous was about to come out of this dude's mouth, bro. No
Which is
kidding.
probably why he asked him the question, because he wanted clickbait.
Oh yeah, he definitely. Because look, I don't know who that is. He definitely got somebody to go watch.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Straight up, dog.
Yeah, you gotta let that go, brother. You gotta let that go. I tried to help you, bro. There's no help. There's no help necessary.
Funny.
You gotta let that go.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, that's probably our first and last time talking about Sheed on the pod, man. But you know, if he coming with takes like that, man, he may need to be laughing stock.
It's over.
Oh no!
Straight
Not
up,
the
man.
First and last time talking about Sheed, man. That's terrible, man.
So,
That's terrible,
man. So what's up? What's up with Brian, though, man? I seen he out tomorrow, man. What happened? He got hurt on the plane or something. What happened?
I don't know, man. I thought that, I don't know if y'all remember when they cleared out the lane and he jumped from almost the free throw line and dunked that ball. It barely went in. He came down super awkward. I mean, he ran back.
He ran up in the crowd doing all that. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, he looked crazy.
Yeah, he kind of came down super awkward. I got floor seats that I just paid for on my bucket list to see Brian, man. I'm not gonna say the game because I don't want people to know when I'm not gonna be at home, but I'm going to see him floor seats, man. He gonna have to get this ankle together, bro. What is happening?
Hey, call Rich Paul, bro, and tell him you coming through so that they can, they can make sure Braun on the court. You know, that ain't nothing but
Hey,
call,
dog, if
y'all.
I pay for these floor seats, dog, and this dude don't show up to this game, dog, I'm gonna tell you right now, we got a problem.
Yeah, dog.
MJ might be my GOAT if he don't play.
Thank you, dog.
Nah,
He
he capping. He just saying something now. He talking crazy, man. What's up, man? What y'all cats got going on, man? We got a few Weezy on here. What you got coming, man? New pies dropping. What you got, dog?
Yeah, man. New podcast dropping next week, next Monday. Actually, this coming Monday, not next Monday. This coming Monday. Yeah, the Man Space podcast, man. Super excited about it. It's basically just going to be a space, man, for men to talk about the pressures of being a man, man. We need to be able to have some real conversations, some vulnerability. I'm all about solutions. I call them solutions, like real transformative things that we communicate to one another. I believe manhood should be passed down and passed around. That's my tag, man, because I think that men should pass it down to younger men. I think that manhood is also passed around by our peers, man. So, yeah, man, tune in. Come in Monday, man. It's going to drop bi-weekly podcast, so check it out.
Kenny G, man, what's popping, man? What you got for these folks out here, bro? What's been popping?
By the time y'all watch this podcast, I will have turned another year older. So,
happy birthday, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out on February birthday. Shout out to Word. Goats are born in this month. You know what I mean? So me and Word both turned a year older this month. So yeah, man, just gonna be enjoying that. Got I guess more word of clarity. Cooking up something, so I'll let y'all know about that when it gets closer. But yeah, man, just a lot of that going on, man, and then also trying to find some footing, man, as it when it pertains to like just in life in general. I think a lot of what you're saying about manhood and vulnerability versus transparency, trying to provide that to the culture as well. So we'll talk about that, man, and hopefully make that happen. But also trying to get Word to repent, man, and come and trust in Patrick Mahomes, man.
Man, whatever. Yeah, man. Patrick Mahomes, like I said, that cat, man, hey, he did his thing, man. Prayers up to the fans out there in KC. Y'all see that it was a shooting down there at the parade. It was nuts.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah, it was a shooting down there. But, yeah, man, make sure y'all follow these two cats, man, on IG. We'll throw them up at the end of the pod. More Word of Clarity podcast episode will be coming. You know, we trying to stay bi-weekly. This is episode 20. Feels good to be finally hitting the milestone mark. You know what I mean? It's been a grind, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all follow the Word of Clarity Pod everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, things of that nature. But you know what I'm saying? We gonna get up on out of here, man. Episode 20. Y'all know what time it is. Chee!